Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Can everybody see me and hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is the feed? Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Can you guys hear me and see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So right now, SCKT is our #1 leading gapper as far as we're concerned. It has news down here, and it's tied to Apple. 6 million share float. We got 0 trades because, again, we got flagged from Friday. We bought 10 shares because I didn't look at my quantity. Then I bought an additional 500 and I forgot that was 2 trades. So I got to wait till 8 o'clock to contact them. But this would have been the one I would be in right now on the small account challenge. We have our pre-market scanner, our pre-market gap scanner. We have this one sorted by shares from least to highest, and then this one by volume. Now you can see SCKT here, and SCKT here is at the bottom. Let me see. Just linking the charts here. So far, if you had gotten up here and 7 o'clock would have been your perfect entry right here. You could have got in around $6. We didn't get in on this one on a small account. We're coming back to the 20 right now. ZOM is making a nice move right now. SOS went from $9 around $7.10. Now it's up to almost $10. That's SOS. You never want to get in right here. That's a terrible entry point. This one I would consider done and dead. It's already broken down. ZOM is on the scanner somewhere, is it? Yeah. ZOM, again, look at your entry. 7 o'clock. Stocks always like to jump. You're not seeing the chart. You know what? All right, let's see. Let me try again. How about now? Now can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so we had a few questions about buying and getting your order in. So I know Jimmy's having a problem with this. GTC, ETC is where you want it. You want it on auto send so you don't have to double click or click through anything. Now you can buy a stock right here. You can buy, just make sure that your quantity is what you want. I haven't went in the small account and changed these numbers yet, but we'll do that at the end of the day. And then you could sell right here on the ask. So you got your bid, you could buy, your sell, you can sell. Yes, I am recording it today. Hopefully it's recording. I got the OBS up. and it is recording, so we'll see. Hopefully everything is working correctly. And then another cool thing is we purchased that Doodly thing this weekend, so we'll see how the videos come out with that. I'm really excited to start using it. And I don't know what's up with this day trading buying power, why we're sitting at 3,498. I don't know if this has something to do with the what do you call it, the day trading lock or what. But all right, so you can see how ticker SCKT, again, why is this our favorite ticker symbol so far? We don't really focus on price targets. We just focus on the momentum and what the charts are telling us. A lot of people like to pick a price target. We just like to play the rules. The rules here, this would have been a perfect entry. This would have been a perfect exit. And again, most of you that are with us, we would not have gotten out of this stock yet. This is your perfect entry right here. You got an engulfing green bar, taking out all these bars. So if you want to get into SCKT, this would be a perfect opportunity. Right now, bouncing off the 20. So if I was on the small account, I would have actually entered over here when we first were talking about it. Actually, I would have been in at 7 o'clock. I just can't go live at 7 because the kids, we're getting them out to school and everything. But this would have been your perfect entry on SCKT. And again, if the next bar was to fail and drop down, that would be also your exit. That's the 1 bar rule. So let's see what it does here. Let's go to so ideally this is where you would have wanted to get in right at 7 o'clock for that 7 a.m. pop. I do not have the Bazinga Squawk on today because I don't want him in the background blabbing away while we're here. So all right, so your perfect entry would have been right here for around 7:55 if you wanted to get in. But notice how we're making higher highs, higher lows. Now let's watch this, see what this does. Again, had we had the trades today, we would have already been in here, down around this area, bouncing off the 20 here. But I do believe this one will be a good play for today. Last week, the one that we were in started breaking down and never did reclaim a high. I was kind of surprised on that because of the news and a price target of $7. That blows my mind. We have a little bit of selling pressure on SCKT. ZOM is just making some really nice moves. But again, you never, ever, ever want to get in. This is where people lose all their money, is right around this area. This is where they get that fear of missing out. Again, your 7 o'clock entry would have been your best entry. I wouldn't really be playing Zoom because of the penny increment moves. I mean, look at this move. You went from $2.46 all the way up to 65 cents. That's a 20-cent move with all those green bars, which is why we don't like playing stocks like that, because you're not making enough moves. As compared to a stock like this, where you're going to get in here at $5.95, and right now you'd be up at $8. So you got a $3 move, 1,000 shares, you're up $3,000 from 7 a.m. to 7:28 a.m. as compared to sitting in a stock like ZOM, where the same amount of time, 1,000 shares, you're up $200 because it's only a 20-cent move. You're wasting your time with stocks like ZOM. And look at the float on ZOM. Remember, the shares are your float. You got almost a billion shares available. So that stock's not going to come close to a stock like SCKT. This is where you're going to make your money, with the low float stocks and the big dollar moves. So now we're just kind of consolidating, trading sideways here. Again, had you got in around here, you know, you just got to watch and be careful because it is consolidating, but we're still only at 7:30, so I would expect we would make another dollar move before 8 o'clock on this stock. But again, you just want to watch it. This right here seems to be a level of support, so let's not break that level. And again, your 1 bar rule, you don't want to lose more than 1 bar. This here would be our next level of support, and then your 3rd level of support. And I'm just doing this for you guys. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to clearly see the levels without drawing lines and doing all that kind of stuff. I'm just taking a second here looking at the other charts. And then we got SOS, which is a relatively small float. It's not that bad. It's making nice moves. We went from 890 up to 10. Again, look at the time frame down here. It's 7 o'clock. I can't bang this into your guys' heads enough. Bang, bang. 7 a.m. is your time. Every single day that we've been going live, what happens at 7 a.m.? Your stocks are moving up. This is why you want to be here in the morning. We start around 4:30. Some days I'll run up, get coffee. I'll start at 5. But you want to give yourself time. Get all your scanners set up. Get all your ticker symbols. I'll typically put the first 10 here on, and then I have a row with the ones from last week. Then I have the ones that we have on watch, and then I have the pre-market gap scanner, which I'll share today so you guys can download the pre-market gap scanner. And then I'll put the first 15 up on this on my screens as well. FTFT is one of the ones I said to watch over the weekend if you were in the alert only. It made a nice move this morning from 9 up to 10.20. So we're just going to be watching that. SOS had the move down here to the candle. Subs was also on watch this week. Okay, and now Socket looks like we just got our dollar move we were looking for. From 750 to 860. Yeah, so you got your dollar move here. Just like we said, we'd expect another dollar move at least before 8. So congratulations, whoever got in on this first bar. If you had 1,000 shares, you now have $1,000 profit. So that was a beautiful move again. Your entry point is above the 20, 7 a.m., perfect entry. This is where you would look to sell, okay? Most traders that are out there, why they lose is because their mentality is backwards. Most traders are buying up here where we're selling, okay? Most traders are selling here where we're buying. We're doing the exact opposite of what 98% of the traders out there are doing. When the stock is going down, we're buying. When the stock is going up, we're selling. And we're doing it according to the rules with the 1 bar rule. Because again, not every entry is going to be the perfect entry. Okay? So if you lose more than 1 bar, like right here is a perfect example. Okay? Had you got in right around here and the stock came all the way down to here, you're out. That's it. You wait for another entry. Okay? Your next entry on this stock, would be this bar. Okay, you want confirmation. We're riding the 20. This is your first big green bar. That would be your entry. Okay, so you could have rode this from 461 up to 589. Okay, now you're away. You know you're going to come back. Now you're away, you know you're going to come back. Now you're away, you know you're going to come back. Now you're away, you know you're going to come back. Okay? Everybody following, everybody getting the hang of the rhythm. I'm really bummed out on this right now because we would pretty much be around $3,000 on this stock right now today. $3,000 or $4,000 in profit.
45.76 on Friday. That's probably
Kind of bummed about it, but oh no, this was $6 here, so we would still be up quite a bit on this. But again, there's nothing you could do with their PDT rule. But hopefully you guys are in. You got in here when I said to get in. You're making money. Again, now that you're in here, we're moving away from your entry point. So just like if you got in here, there's nothing wrong with taking profit right here. Okay, when you're away from the 20, take your profit. Okay, you don't have to lose any money. Just wait for your new entry. And the best thing about doing that is you're going to profit up here at 753. Then your next entry would be next to the 20. So now it's from 753 down to about 725. You have all that extra money now to buy back in and ride it up to the next level. Sell at the high, buy back in at the low. Sell at the high, buy back in at the low. Because you know it's not going to go up forever. It's always going to snap back to the 20. Now with that said, there's no need to get out. If you got in here, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. So you don't have to get in and out. But this is why we love these stocks, especially for small accounts. I mean, you got such a low float with volume coming in. It's number 4 on the scanner. But from 7 to around 8:30 is going to be your money time. Once more people start coming in, what's going to happen? We're going to have a lot more shorters coming into the stock. So that's when you want to be careful. Start closing your positions out. Wait for new entries after the bell. But again, like we've been saying all along, 7 o'clock is your prime entry. We would have had we had the trades, we would have been in this stock around right here, $6. And now we're up to $9. What is the high? 855 is the high so far. So that would have been a beautiful addition to the small account. But again, we're locked out today, so we just got to wait for them to open up. And right now, this and SOS are looking like the 2 best plays. Again, 7 o'clock your entry, bam. Took off at 7, came back to the 20. Took off again, came back to the 20, again, back. And now we're making new highs. So this would have been a perfect entry on SOS. I'm not sure why my messages aren't coming up on this computer. I see them coming through on the other one. So just ask twice if I don't answer you. So yeah, SOS would have been another great entry here at 950. We almost made another dollar move. Had you been up pre-market before 7 and watching, you would have saw this on your scanner, relatively low float. You would have been in this around, let's just say 870. And now you'd be up here in the 1030 area. So another great move, another great day. These are my 2 favorites right now. They're the only 2 that are holding up. These are the only 2 stocks I would be focusing on. Again, we'll go look at ZOM. And why wouldn't we be focusing on ZOM today? Because of your penny incremental size to the right. From 7 a.m., you were at 244, and you've only went up to 264. There's no money there. That's a 20-cent move. On a 1,000 share size, you're only made $200. It's a waste of your time. When these stocks like this, the low float with the big increments, you're making $4 or $5 moves. So these are the 2 that I would be watching today until something else came up. But again, all the money you could have made from 7 a.m. till now, you're not going to make that anywhere else. You put 10,000 shares in here, you do the math. No options are going to make you that kind of money unless you're lucky. CCIV was another one that we were watching this morning, or not this morning, but this over the weekend. I said to keep it on watch. Here's a double bottom. at 37. We're at 38.60. Again, just in the back of your mind on the burner. You want to look out at the big picture. We've been on an uptrend. The standard deviation channel here is acting as resistance. So right now, again, we're just going to keep it on watch. I would imagine this is going to continue like this. And here we are again, coming back to the 20. Been making some beautiful moves with this. But again, as we're getting closer to 8:30 hour, more and more people are coming in. So you're going to have more and more shorters coming in. And I know a lot of you guys have ZOM. You've been talking about it forever. You know, if you got 10, 20,000 shares, 30,000 shares back when it was really a penny stock. Let's just look back over here. Let's do the 180 day. Yeah, you guys could have got this 20, 30 cents. So you could have massive profits right now on this, which is why we added HCMC INND to the short term, or to the small account, okay, because we're expecting news on these coming up. So you get in down here and then it pops up $2, $3. You're gonna have thousands. 11,000 would be $22,000 right now. So yeah, all you guys that have been talking about it, I believe Victor was like really into it, Darmella. Do you guys have any questions so far today? SINO, let me see, that's making a nice move right now. I don't like this chart one bit. This is like the one last week when you guys were stressing out all day. The one that we did the small account challenge on. But this chart is just garbage. You're better off staying away from it, especially when you have beautiful, clean, clear charts that are bouncing off the 20 and the VWAP. That's what you want. You want crisp, clear, clean charts. Making higher highs and higher lows. You want to stay away from those charts that look like junk. And as long as these are continuing to give, I mean, there's no need to look at anything else. SOS breaking down right now. We had a really big pullback, but it just pulled back to the 20, so let's see what it does. This would be your first area. Okay, SOS broke the 20. Had I got in here around 7 a.m., I would definitely be out at that 20. That's your exit sign. Okay? When it breaks that, you would be totally out if I had this on the small account challenge and I got in at 7, okay? Because we made our higher highs, higher lows, and then we never did breach the 20 on this one. This is our first breach, so let's see if it comes down to where we had our first low. Okay, this is where you want to start drawing your lines if you're going to draw them, is if it breaches our lowest point, because that would be support. This would be your second area of support. Okay, and then this would be your third area of support. And then here would be your final support, okay? So it looks like it didn't even come all the way down to our first area, which is what we would call support. But regardless, it broke the 20, you're out, okay? Wait for a new entry. Again, look at your time. The more and more people that come into these stocks, the more and more shorters. Same thing here, SCKT. Let me get to the 7 o'clock time frame. Let's blow this up a little bit. Okay, we're breaking the 20. We haven't broke the 20. At any point, I would be out on the small account. Okay, you got one trade. You already made a beautiful amount of money. You're done. You got 3 trades a week. Look at that. From 7 o'clock to 7:42, you made more in one trade on a small account challenge than most people will make in a month. And that's with a small account, $1,500. Okay, had you got that $3 move, you would have made a decent amount of money. Now again, why is this breaking down? Because of the time and the volume starting to come in. You're having more shorters. So again, here's our first area of support. Here's our second area of support. And then we have our third area down here. Now you watch how these will just bounce off of these lines if they're going to continue to hold up. Okay? So when the stock starts to do something different, that's when you're out. It did the same thing here. It bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20, bounced off the 20, broke the 20. You're out. It did something different, okay? And again, we would expect that around this time. This is a time when these things start falling apart because you have shorters. You got to remember, shorters are in control of the market. There's more shorters out there than there ever will be buyers. Although, with that said, a lot of people that I know are, because the markets are changing now with all the Robin Hooders coming in and all these people on lockdown. Well, you're, like I showed you here, your high, when it comes back to the 20, that is going to be your support area, okay? When it comes back to the 20 is your support area. When it comes back to the 20, this is your new support area. So every time it comes back to the 20, that's going to be your support, okay? Your resistance is up here where the high of day is, okay? So you can have your resistance at every high of day, okay? Your support is the low of day. Your resistance is the high of day. And that's going to apply across the board. Okay, now let's see if we continue this uptrend with a little break, because we do see that a lot. The ticker tape over here, you know, a lot of people like level 2 data, but I'm telling you guys, with our strategy, you don't need any of this information. You just don't. It is so simple, it's hard to believe that it works. And many of you that have been with us since day one, hopefully now you're seeing that. A lot of people would come here and be skeptical, like, this guy doesn't use any lines. He doesn't use level 2. They don't use the whatever you call this here, the ticker tape. You know, there is absolutely no need for any of that with this strategy. Have you seen me even look over here or pull up level 2 ever? I mean, level 2 is going to show you, I mean, it can give you a clear indication of what's coming. You know, you could look at the order sizes that each maker's putting in, but it doesn't matter. What matters is what's right in front of you. I'm telling you, when I see people putting 5 billion lines on charts, like, you know, I've said it 100 times, you know, people will do lines all day long, and they're not focusing on what's right in front of them, you know? I mean, here you could do a trend line this way. Let's do it here, whichever way. I mean, you could just make up all kind of lines and act like you're in 3rd grade, scribbling all over a screen. That's not going to make you money. What's going to make you money is following the rules. You buy in when it breaks the 20. You get out when it's away from the 20. You get in at the 20. You get out away from the 20. You get in at the 20. You get out away from the 20. That's it. The market's only going to do 3 things. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, and it's going to go sideways. That's all it can do. Okay, now look here. We broke our support. Okay, we're breaking our first support level here, which we put here because this was the first high. Now let's look at SOS real quick. Alright, so here on SOS, this was your first candle. It broke through that first level of support. It's starting to make a comeback. This would now be your resistance level, okay? Your support, your resistance. Are you guys understanding all this? I don't want you to get confused with all these lines. I'm just trying to show you guys how you would do this. You don't need the lines. All you got to do is look at your
Yes.
lows and your highs. Okay, your lows, your areas of support, and your areas of resistance. Are you guys understanding that right now? Hopefully. Again, if I'm on, I want to stay on this. Did anybody get in this when I said the buy earlier? Out of curiosity. If not, there's no worries. You know, it's better that you learn. But as long as you're following the strategy, there's no need to be scared or worried or anything like that, especially with a float like this. I mean, you're just going to simply play the strategy. You know, there's no need to get stressed out and worry about, you know, I don't know what it's going to do. You do know what it's going to do. You know exactly what it's going to do if you're following the rules. Okay? Eric, when you have your scanners here, I'm going to try and start going live around 6:45 so we could be on the same page. I'll talk with the wife about it tonight, see if we can't get the kids up earlier and out the door. Because I really want you guys to see this. You know, you're looking for your low volume, your low shares. Yep. Well, that's why today I'm going to start telling you guys where to enter and where to exit. You know, Friday was the first day we went live and actually took a trade with you guys. Yeah, I hear you. So, yeah, Mark, I'm going to start calling these out in the morning, okay? I think I'm going to go live every day for you guys. My trading account is being traded while I'm here with you guys, so I'm not worried about that. But I'll try and go live with you guys as much as I can, even without trading. And at 8 o'clock here, I'm going to take a break because I'm going to go outside, try and call support. And then I'm going to also send them a message. I'll send them the message to see what's up with the account. Yeah, the active traders are really simple. In pre-market, you want to hit buy the ask or sell the bid. Okay? Or you could just buy from here what price point you want. But like right now, the stock is trading at 791, 792 is the bid ask. So if you want to get filled, hit 790. You'll get instantly filled. But it continuously changes, so your best bet is to just buy the ask. You got a 1 cent spread. It's no big deal. It's a penny. You're going to make that up following the rules. But again, now we really wouldn't be interested in doing anything, which is typical for this time of day. You know, usually we've made our money and we just hang out. We watch the stocks, and then we'll have Bazinga Squawk on. Yeah, that's why I recommend everybody get on Thinkorswim. You know, those other platforms, they'll work sometimes, they don't sometimes. Robinhood, I mean, just run away from Robinhood. You got to know when to walk away and when to run. Robinhood is just good for investing. Not even crypto anymore. We're actually going to close that account out completely. All right, so where was I? Yeah, so your best is to just have your auto send on, buy the ask, sell the bid, and make sure you got your GTC EXT. And yeah, just stick with us, watch a few days, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll have this reconciled and we can move forward. VYNE. What caused that? Well, it was a stock split.
The Oscar INT of physical
A
shares.
1-for-4 reverse split is coming up. Today's the 16th, so yeah, you wouldn't have made any money on that, Mark. It was just a split. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wow. But yeah, it was just a split. A reverse split, so it could start jumping a little bit, but I wouldn't expect it to move much. Yeah, yeah. So again, back here, you know, we're just kind of trading sideways now. But I would definitely be watching socket. I would have been out right here. But if I was, you know, just day trading on my regular account, if you got in here, it's totally your preference. You could stay in. It's making higher highs and higher lows. But the way to maximize your profit when you don't have the PDT rule is sell here, buy back here. Sell here, buy back here. Sell here, which this one would have been a hard call, but sell here. And then wait. Now you're out because it broke the 20. So you have nothing but 3 levels, 4 levels of profit, no levels of loss. That's how you're going to maximize your profit, is by buying low, selling high, buying back at the 20, selling away from the 20. You know, I really don't think there are too many in here that have the PDT rule right now. There's a few that I know of, and some of them have just opened up accounts here with a couple of $1,000s. So, but it shouldn't take long for us to get over the PDT rule on this small account, as long as they don't block us for 90 days. But if they do, we'll just open up another account. It's no big deal. We'll be up and running again in a couple of days. But Thinkorswim, from what I've researched, they should unlock it. If you don't have the PDT rule, yes, I would highly suggest you buy at the 20, sell away from the 20, because you're going to be getting, you're not going to let your money lose. You're just going to keep taking the profits, and you'll be able to buy more shares back at the 20, and then sell at the 20. I mean, sell away from the 20, and then buy more back at the 20. But again, this one made beautiful bounces here, right? Here, it broke the 20, so you're not going to buy back in. You're going to want to wait for a confirmation that's higher. We haven't had that confirmation yet, okay? We're breaking. We're not continuing the uptrend. So this is why you wouldn't have bought back here at the 20, because we broke the 20. And that was the first time since this nice move that happened. So that is your cue. Get out. Wait a minute. See what happens. Now we have an engulfing candle. Now is your buy time. So you see this beautiful green candle. That is your let's buy in, because you're forcing all the shorters out into a short squeeze. We came right back up to support. But again, because of the time right now, you know, the shorters could come in and overtake this. So had you bought back in here, if this bar takes out this bar, you're out. So let's see what this does. But we did make a new high. Okay, this would have been where we should have been watching. I was talking, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, but as soon as this candle broke these previous 2 candles above the 20, okay, location is everything. As soon as this candle broke the previous 2 candles above the 20 is where you enter. Bam. Okay. Now, let's see what happens here. Are we going to break this again? Again, timing is everything. We're at the 8 o'clock hour. There's 2 million more people in SCKT now than there was 30 minutes ago, okay? So you got to figure 75% of those 2 million are shorters that just came in. So now let's see what this does. But this would have been your entry point, your confirmation candle, okay? Not this one at the 20, because we had this one at the 20 also, right? This one broke above the 20, but this was that area where it started breaking down and doing something different than your last points. Okay, so this would not have been your entry right here. Again, because this was your first area of, all right, something is different. Let's wait, see what it does. Give it time to breathe. Wait for a new entry. Okay? So we're making higher highs. We just made another new high. So that's good because you got in around here. You got in on confirmation. Your confirmation is we broke these candles. And the reason why, Market, honestly, did you know about this before you met me? A lot of people, they don't know. You know, they don't want to play these kind of stocks. They think penny stocks are garbage. But they're dead wrong, and that's why they fail. A lot of people are playing stocks like Tesla. You know, Tesla can make a $40 drop in one bar. Okay, so if you're playing a stock like Tesla that can lose $40 in one bar, you know, and honestly, in 10 seconds, you don't want to play stocks like that. You know, the most we'll play is like a $30, $40 stock. We've held Tesla overnight on here. We've held GME overnight on here. But again, you are going to make the most amount of money. Yeah, Warrior Trade and Ross. Again, if Ross knew this strategy, he would make 10x what he does now. Like I said, sometimes I'll watch him and he's buying in, like, you know, up here or in the sideways move. He's waiting for a 5-minute candle. I really don't know what he's doing, but if you compare his entries and exits, they're all over the place. You know, if they had these strategy that we're utilizing, they would be so much more profitable. They probably wouldn't have any losses whatsoever. I mean, this strategy is basically set up where you cannot lose money. The only reason people lose money is because they don't get out when they're supposed to, okay? So here we are right here. If we break where we got in, you're out. That's it. Game over. There's no need to sit in here and hope this continues up on hopes and dreams, especially around this hour. I mean, you know, we've seen it every time we've been live. They'll start breaking down. Every now and then they'll continue to go up. But it's not every day that that happens. That's like once or twice a month where they'll continue to make higher highs and higher lows all day long. And then they'll continue the second day and the third day. But this is where you're going to make your most money, is being here at 7 a.m. And you can't prove me otherwise wrong. You've all been here. You've seen the strategy. You could take this strategy and back test it on any chart you want. We're not cherry picking. We're live. I mean, how could we cherry pick and show you charts from setups that will fit our strategy? No, we're playing our strategy out in real time in front of you. I'm calling these positions out to you. You know, I don't know from Tom what the next bar is going to do, but the strategy does. The strategy is telling you when to get in, when to get out. You don't need 100 lines. You don't need to pay somebody $5,000 when they're profitable, when they're truly profitable traders. You know, I get it. A lot of people are greedy, money hungry. I was that guy that I hated seeing people losing money on all these sites, and I felt bad for them while other people were mocking them and laughing at them. I just wanted to help you guys. We created a tip jar over the weekend. If you like what we do, tip your bartender. You know, we don't need your money. We are putting money into this. We're spending money out of our own pocket. You know, I've lost a lot of money from not trading my own account. But, you know, I'm not a greedy person. You can give me a 1-bedroom log cabin in Alaska and I'll live there the rest of my life happier than anybody. I've just never been like that. You know, we love helping people. We love doing things for people. And this allows us to do that. So that's what we're about. So again, anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Get over here.
So again, you know, right now you're starting to see we're going sideways here. Okay, which is good because we're still making higher highs and higher lows on this. And we are at the 8 o'clock hour. So this is a really good sign for the possibility of a continued uptrend. Again, it's got an Apple tied to it. The Apple iPhone in the name on the news. And now we're sitting at number 2. And again, I don't like being up here because of
Charlie.
the more shorters that are coming in. Excuse me. So yeah, again, this is our number one setup, but it is 8:02. So I am gonna leave this running, and I'm gonna step outside for a minute. I want to send them a message and call them.
Tennis
I will be back.
notice of allowance for a U.S. patent application covering the use of combination product candidate for the treatment of Epstein-Barr virus associated lymphoma. That's Sandy, remember Sandy. IVO, Liam Bioscience provides update on Revigene SARS-CoV-2 EUA submission. That's Victor India Victor Oscar, the IVO.
Yeah, funny.
PMO, Thermo Fisher Scientific, granted emergency use authorization for new COVID-19 flu A, flu B combo unit. That's Tango Michael Oscar, PMO.
It's a 20. Confirmation. Play this right. Yep.
TLK, Oscar Tango Lima Kilo, Outlook Therapeutics, reporting a loss of 11 cents.
On the radar.
Vital Outlook Therapeutics, OTLK. Holdings trading at $85.15, sitting on a 2-for-1 stock split, Ford stock split this morning. Echo X-Ray Copper India. It is actually trading higher now at 85.15 for 155.77 prior to the 2-for-1 Ford stock split, DXPI. Vivos Therapeutics, launching Vivos diagnostic technology for home sleep apnea testing in children and adults. That's VVOS. NCTY, the 9 Limited, announcing $10 million framework agreement on the purchase of Filecoin mining machines. Was TTY, November Charlie Tango Yankee. Health launches Garden Reveal liquid biopsy test for residual disease and recurrence monitoring in patients with late-stage colorectal cancer. That's GH. PR and VOD. Vodafone extends licensing agreement with Tivo to transform TV green for customers. Victory Papa Echo Romeo. DA Reds T launches high performance automotive 4D imaging radar that slashes force to over 60% and enables low risk integration. Romeo Alpha Delta Alpha. ONN, Sonnet Biotherapeutics announcing an update, Sandy Oscar, November. As of December 31st, company had 2.3 million cash on hand at Sandy Oscar, November. WWR, Red Water Resources, company expanding battery graphite manufacturing business with pilot program. That's Whiskey Romeo, WWR.
longer. I have a message sent to them. You're very welcome. Can you guys hear me? Are we live again? I think the power went out on this laptop. Yeah, it's a Monday after a 3-day weekend, so it's expected. They're going to have a lot of people calling them today. But what a great move on SCKT. Now again, this stock is holding up extremely well. There's no telling where this can go today. The sky's the limit. This could be our 2-3 day runner. But we'll watch it. This would have been another good entry right here. We did break the 20, but again, we did it here. So now that is a normal pattern. This is going to be your new support area. The high is going to be your new resistance. Now, this is where we're looking at to break. This is going to be your first resistance again. And breaking this down a little bit more and in depth, okay? Once we come back to the 20, okay, you're looking for the break of the previous high, okay? When we're in modes like this, had you entered here, this would have been a good entry right here, okay? But again, the time of the day and the volume, okay? Had you entered on that candle, this is where you would have looked to exit. We didn't break it, so it was okay to stay in for the next couple of candles. Okay, now we broke the previous high. Okay, so this would have been another good entry spot right here. Hang on one second. Hey, I'm in the middle of, and I hung up with them. It was taking too long. Okay, love you. Sorry about that. That was the wife. Okay, so now this candle came all the way back out and broke what would have been our new support area, okay? So again, this is kind of a in and out deal. If you're just waking up and joining us, this is what we consider the 1 bar rule here. We did not break where we got in, so it's okay to be in this stock had you got in here on this candle. Okay? Had you got in on this candle, we came back, and it's kind of, you know, again, it's all about the time and location. We're at 8:40. We're getting extremely close. Now that broke. Had you got in here, you would be out according to the 1 bar rule. Okay? We broke where your entry point was. We haven't broke this entry point, but we're coming close. And again, you could see the difference in the chart from 7 a.m. Okay, 7 a.m. right around here. We're on a different time frame. No screen. Let me see. Share your screen. How about now? Can you guys see the screen now? No screen still. All right. It's showing that it's on there. There is a little bit of a delay. Can you guys see it now?
I can see it now, yeah.
Up? Okay, cool. All right, so let me cover this again. For those, if you're just joining, we were outside trying to get a hold of Thinkorswim. We're having problems because we broke the PDT rule the other day by accident. All right, so here's all your entry points. Your entry, your exit, entry, exit, entry, exit. And now we're kind of trading sideways here. We made a really nice move here when we broke the double top, as you could see here. Let me get this a little bigger. This would have been your entry candle. You want confirmation, okay? Your entry candle, you could have rode this up all the way up to here. You never want to enter a move once it started moving because you don't know where that move is going to stop, okay? So this is where it broke down. It made a beautiful move, $8.50 up to $10.50, another $2 move. 1,000 shares, that's a $2,000 profit in about 8 or 9 minutes. Can't ask for more than that on 1,000 share buy-in. And now we're coming back down. Again, we're getting into the same area of consolidation like we had earlier. We're starting to consolidate here. But now when you look at the big picture, okay, like we said, it's still making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, you're always going to have consolidation. But unlike the stock that we traded on Friday, that stock didn't hold up here. I mean, it was still doing okay. We sold right after the open. We had things to do. But after that, it broke down. And it just became a garbage stock throughout the rest of the day. But now notice again, I'm not sure why, but it's not on the pre-market scanner again. I don't know why that keeps happening with these stocks. Why they're coming off of that pre-market scanner. It is still on the gap up scanner. We have 17 million volume. But again, why is it not showing on the pre-market? I don't know. Same thing happened Friday. But it's definitely our #1 leading gapper at 17 million volume. So this thing could potentially hit $20, $30 today, especially with the strength that we have and the time frame where we're at. It's not breaking down like we saw happening on Friday. This is continuing in strength. So right now we're getting into some nice tight consolidation, and we're going to see another nice breakout like this to the upside or the downside. But we're definitely going to see a breakout here. FTFT is up to 950. It's making some nice moves. SOS, ZOM broke down. It's back down to the 260 area. Yes, we are recording. I'm going to have to figure out how to edit that out. I'm not really good with doing all the kind of video things. But again, we bought that doodle video, so I want to work on that today so we could have some nice looking, crisp, clean videos and entertaining. But overall on the market, SNDL is at 208 right now. That I see here. Or 220, I guess. But everything else is kind of falling apart already because of the shorters. ARTL is slowly moving up, but none of the other charts look like the chart that we have here. You see, ARTL, this is a sloppy chart. And now we broke down through the 20. We're almost coming down to the VWAP. We don't like sloppy charts, okay? Now let's look at SOS. SOS. SOS is another nice chart. You know, we've been watching this. I don't really like all this slop here, but we're using the VWAP as support. This chart is not as clean and crisp as our socket. Okay, our socket is #1. Now look at that nice move. Just like I said, we're going to have a beautiful breakout. Look at this breakout. Now we made a brand new high. We should see this continue a little bit higher. We might have some resistance here, but if we don't, we're going to shoot up another $1. Beautiful breakout. We took out all of these shorters here, forcing all them out and to buy in. Yeah, this is terrible, terrible for the small account that we're not able to be in this today. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But again, like I said, we're getting into tight consolidation here, and then we have the breakout. So again, yeah, this is our best looking chart of the day. Hopefully you guys took positions in this earlier when I said back around this area here. Hopefully you guys jumped in on this. I would have loved to have been in this stock today. So again, I mean, this is a beautiful chart. Beautiful for how we trade. Bouncing off the 20 all morning. We did have a few breaks of the 20, but now we're considering that normal because it's continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. So breaking the 20 is a normal thing now, unlike earlier where we were just touching the 20 and not even touching the 20. Now we're breaking the 20, but we're still in an uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, now we're having our pullback. Now here is your new support. This is where you're looking to break. And wherever this comes down to is going to be your new resistance level. Okay? Had you entered on this bar, this would have been your exit if you're just basically trading our rules. There are two ways to trade it. To stay in as it makes higher highs and higher lows. Or take your profit, buy in back at the 20. Okay, take your profit, buy in back at the 20. Take your profit, buy in back at the 20. Okay, so now we have strength here again. So this is our new support. Okay, so now we got support, resistance.
Jack.
This was our old support. No, this was our old resistance. But we broke through that. Okay. This would have been another resistance area here. We broke through that. So let's see, are we going to come back to support and go higher? Or are we going to continue higher? I'll tell you, this coronavirus, I'm still like, my head still hurts, still coughing, but going away. So we did touch here. Actually, it should have been up a little bit higher. So we did break that resistance level, technically. But that's expected. Again, stock's not going to go up forever. It's going to come back. It always comes back to the 20. No matter how far away it gets. It's always going to come back to the 20. So this is our new support area. And I don't have, you know, this has changed quite a bit since I set everything up this morning, but let's just go look and see. Notice everything is just breaking down today. You're always going to have the, you know, those one or two that are going to be your runners, okay? So here again on EBON, your 7 a.m. breakout, okay? This was below the 200, below the 20, below the VWAP, right?
I get it, but
so
go.
This is a perfect
I'm
example.
trying to do something.
I would have jumped in this trade right here because I know the strategy. I'm teaching you guys the strategy. But your 7 a.m. breakout, you could have had I would have got in right here once we broke this high. So I would have been in at 752 and then out at 810 or whatever we got here. Yeah, 810. That would have been the only trade I took. Why? Why would I have sold here? Because we're so far away from the 20. Okay, when you're away from the 20, you're going to sell. I would not have gotten back in this stock because it just continued to break down. Okay? Mara was on our watch list from last week. Still doing good, still has strength. What do we see here? Your 7 a.m. breakout. So from $41 up to $44. This would be like a max stock that we would spend money on for a day trade. But again, your 7 a.m. breakout. Your 7 a.m. breakout. Good morning, everybody showing up. Guys, today we are in SCKT. It's been a money maker. Money, 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 money. Which is why it's so important to be here at 7 a.m. if you really want to build your account. We don't have any trades today. We should have had 2, but because we broke the PDT rule Friday by accident, we're still waiting to hear back from them. I have a message in on their platform. We tried calling them, but we were on hold for half an hour. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging that long. All right, so now we broke through the support level. Let's see if it breaks the old resistance level, which would be support, which it did because it would actually be right here. So our next area is here. Again, we are still making higher highs, higher lows. This is a normal pattern. We're at the 20 again. Now let's see if we bounce off of here. Nope. Just broke through. Well, it actually broke through already up here, so. Which is why taking your profits every time it's away from the 20 is going to be your safest bet and is going to make you the most profitable. Because had you sold here, just like all morning, but I'm just going to use this time frame. Had you took your profits from here and then bought back in here, you wouldn't have lost any of this money. You would have just kept building your account. Had you sold up here away from the 20, bought back in here, you wouldn't have lost any money. You would just be adding to your account. Had you sold up here way away from the 20, you wouldn't be getting in again. There's not another entry right now. Now we broke the 20, coming down to the 50. And now we're just kind of waiting. We're waiting for another entry on this. We're getting closer to 9 o'clock. We're up to 21 million. Just a few minutes ago, our volume was 17 million. So now you got a ton more shorters in there, which is what's causing this to get shorted, obviously. But again, the more people that are coming in, the more it's going to get shorted. So you're waiting for another entry on this. If you're trading the most profitable strategy, which is buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. You're not losing anything when you're doing the strategy that way. Now the small account, again, you're under the PDT rule. So had we gotten in down here with the small account at 7 a.m. around $6, we would still be in this. Actually, I think I said we would have sold earlier when it broke to 20. But we still would have been up an exponential amount on the small account. But that's the problem. When it breaks to 20 like it did here, and you sell on the small account, that's the risk that you're taking. You know, you risk missing out, but you're not playing on hopes and dreams. You're playing a strategy. Unfortunately, under the PDT rule, you don't have the option to continue to get in and out, but you want to lock in your profit when it does something different. This is where it did something different. This is where we would have closed out the small account challenge. Because you're not playing on hopes and dreams, you're playing a strategy. So, although we would have got out there, it still would have been a beautiful profit area for the small account. So now here is your new support. And I'm sorry about all these lines. I don't even know if you can get rid of them. Remove drawing. Yeah, we can get rid of them. So let's get rid of them. Clean it up a little bit. Again, I don't like drawings. You can eyeball it once you know what you're doing. You don't need to waste your time doing that and taking your focus off of the directional moves. All right, so here's your new support level. This is what you're looking for to make a new high. This is a double top resistance level. As you can see, we have a double top here. So there's resistance right here. That's how you're going to make your support and resistance. You have to wait for a few candles to come. But had we not drawn that one, I would have went off of this candle as my resistance. I'm not going to draw it because we have a new candle here. So now we're looking for the break of this resistance level. Once we break that resistance level, we should see a nice move. Or we're just going to consolidate. But as of right now, this is the best looking stock. SHIP, SHIP.
Oh, yeah.
I see it moving on the chart here. Again, this is another penny incremental stock that I really don't like. Because why don't we like these stocks? Because look at the amount of money you're going to make on big moves. You're making pennies on the dollar. So why would you want to waste your time watching a stock like this when you have other stocks out there where your dollar incremental profit is much more? You need a much smaller move to make 10 times the profit than you do on a stock like SHIP or ZOM. ZOM is making moves. Again, we wouldn't want to play this because your profit potential is not there. Sure, you can trade this all day long. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're trying to maximize, I mean, this is your job. This is your business. This is your life. And you have to make those decisions, you know? Is spending your time here going to feed your family? Is spending your time in a stock like this going to get you a new house? You know, one of the, benefits to doing the stock market is it opens up many opportunities that the rest of the world doesn't have. Okay. You get a couple of runners like SCKT, which happen all the time. You just have to know where to find them. You can be buying property on the weekends and renting it out. You don't want to just have one source of income. Once you start amassing wealth, you want to start getting other sources of income. You want to start building your portfolio, especially all you young guys out there. Stocks like Zoom aren't going to do that for you. Okay? You're going to spend your hours and days on stocks that are making big moves, but you're only making 20, 30 cents with these massive moves. That's not going to help you in life. Okay? So don't waste your time on them. Focus your time and energy on stocks that are going to make massive moves and put money in your pocket. Okay, you don't want to waste your time on that. Money like this, 10,000 shares, again, you'd be up $50,000. Take 25,000 of that, throw it into your retirement account. All right? But wait at the end of the day. Never count your money when it's on the table. Just like that song. I love that song. Right? Wait till the trading's done, then count your money. But once you close out of this position, you only want to use your profits. Only your profits to trade the rest of the day. $50,000 is plenty of money to trade with the rest of the day, right? So keep your initial investment out. Once you take your profit, just use your profit to trade other stocks the rest of the day. You have to be smarter than the system, okay? The system is, everything is stacked against you, which is why you need a strategy like this, which is why you have to follow the rules. Never lose more than one bar. When you make a beautiful profit like this in a day, only trade with your profit, okay? Keep the rest of the money off the table. If you do come into a bad move position, and by accident you forgot to follow the 1 bar rule and you lose half of your account, which should never happen, you're only losing your profit for the day. But again, let me see if I could draw a circle. I just want to show you guys something. This will... Let me see if I could draw a circle. Yeah, I can. Okay, now watch this, okay? Let me blow this chart up, okay? If you follow the 1 bar rule, right? Okay? Now look at that circle. That's a very small circle on a loss compared to the 1 bar rule on a win, right? How many losses can you fit inside this win? Okay? Ask yourself that. If you took your small loss and compared it to this win, 1 win will wipe out 100 losses, right? Now let's take it up a notch even further. Okay? Had you got in here with 1 loss, okay, we'll make it a little bigger, compared to 1 win, right? Look at how small your loss is. Look at how many losses you can fit inside of 1 win. 1 good win will allow for 1,000 small losses. Okay? If you follow the strategy. Okay? Look at how many times you can be wrong following the 1 bar rule compared to being right 1 time. Okay? Always, always, always cut your losses following the 1 bar rule. If you get into a position and it immediately goes south, you're out. Because you can be wrong 1,000 times and you only have to be right once. Okay? That's how you're going to win at this game. Look at how many losses you can have compared to 1 win. Okay? Hopefully that helps you guys see a big picture of the strategy at its finest. That's actually one of the best examples I can give you. 1 small loss, okay, right here, or right here. You're in perfect example right here. 1 bar rule, right there. You got in above the 20, it immediately went against you, you're out, okay? 1 small loss compared to 1 win, right? Look how many losses you can fit inside a win. Hopefully this changes your thought process a little bit on the strategy and it eases up some of your concerns. This is why it's so important to follow the 1 bar rule. Because following the 1 bar rule, you can be wrong 1,000 times. And you're still going to be in the game. And when you get the 1 right move, it's going to make up for 1,000 losses. Okay, now you should have moves like this every day. Every single day. There is no reason why you can't make your dreams come true. Every single day of the week. Since you guys have been with us, we've called out tickers where you guys could easily have 10x your account. I mean, this right here would have doubled your account today had you took a nice position on it. But again, why are we not afraid to go all in with our strategy? Because our strategy works. Okay? It works. If you're going to go in here Okay, right in here in this little circle, the 1 bar rule, and you're going to leave your money on the table past that 1 bar rule where you got in, you're never going to be successful in the market. You're never going to become the top 1% of a trader. Okay, you're never going to be a professional trader. If you lose more than 1 bar, you might as well just quit today, because you're never going to get it. You're never going to understand it. You cannot lose money in this game. And it's the only game in the world where you can see and cut your losses immediately. It's not like you're playing blackjack and you don't know what everybody else has. It's telling you what they have. You're in, you're immediately out on the 1 bar rule. You're done. Cut your losses, wait for another entry. Because when you're right, it's going to make up for any loss that you have ever trading. So don't be these guys you see. You know, I see them every day on Facebook. I started with 30,000 last month. I have 800 left. How in the world? I mean, I get it. They're new traders. They don't know what they're doing. This is why we're doing this. We're doing this for you guys. I can't wrap my mind around how people would let their money walk away from them like that. And, you know, I really want you guys to be successful. There's no reason whatsoever why each and every one of you cannot become profitable traders overnight following this strategy. There's no reason. The only reason why you're not going to be profitable is because either one, you're messing around with options and you don't know what you're doing, and you can apply options to this. You can apply options to this and buy an option every day of the week if they're available. Just play it according to the rules. You know, just get in an option and catch the move for the day. Don't sit in an option and let time decay eat it every day of the week unless you're buying an option for a year out, or unless you're selling an option. But again, you're going to make 10 times more money trading the stock market than you ever will in options. You see the guys making $8 million on Tesla. How many of those guys do you see? Honestly, right now there's probably, I don't know, 100 million people in the market. Do you see 100 million people posting posts like that? No. You're seeing the 1 or 2 people who got lucky on a position. Remember, people are quick to post their winners. They're not quick to post their losers. But following us, learning this strategy, you're not going to have losers. And when you do, they're going to be limited. You're not going to have these major losing stocks day in and day out.
86 cents, Sandy Yankee.
Here it is. My daughter unplugged some of the laptops last night.
Revenue
we had storms coming in.
SSY.
For the storm surge. So, okay, so yeah. If you follow this strategy to the T, you can't help but make money. Okay, now this is breaking down. We're almost down to the VWAP. Again, we're at that time. We're getting close to the bell. So this would have been where you would have got out. We broke through the support. You're out. Okay, had you got in right here above the 20, that was a false breakout. You're out. You know, you're risking nothing. You're risking nothing with this strategy. You're not going to stay in and say, oh, come on, I hope this goes up. Come on, I'm down 500. Oh, no, I'm down 1,000. I'm down 3,000. Oh, it's going to turn around. It's not. Play the strategy and don't stress. This can be the most stressless job you will ever have in your entire life if you just follow the rules. It eliminates all the stress, all of it, completely, 100%. There is no stress. You're in, you're out. What if you lose? 20 bucks? 40 bucks? You know, depending on your position, you know, if you got a 10,000 share position, as soon as you start seeing red, I mean, 100 bucks, 200, get out. Don't lose more than 1 bar. Get out. Wait for another entry. It's silly to me. Absolutely silly that people would lose the kind of money I see them losing. You know, it's like it could take you years to save up $30,000 on the outside, come into the market and lose it all in 30 days. That's devastating. You know, people will save their money
Acquisition
and just lose it all in a matter of weeks. You know, and it's sad that, you know, they'll put a PDT rule on and let you only trade 3 times a week, but they got no problem taking all your money. But again, that's the mentality of the wealthy, you know? I could see them sitting there laughing at that, and then they'll cry about when the people come together like on GME, right? Come on. Then they'll start shutting you out. You got to be smarter than them. Don't give them your money. Wait for the entry. Wait for the exit. Wait for the entry. Wait for confirmation. How do you guys have losses on AMC and GME? Again, you're not playing on hopes and dreams. Become stress-free. 1 bar rule, you're out. You wait for a new entry. You could be wrong on your entry, again, like we just showed you. 1,000 times, 100 times. Okay? Look at how many circles you can fit. How many losses you can fit in a winner. Okay? You're playing a strategy. You're playing the rules. It's just that simple, guys. It really is. People just make trading harder than it has to be. They don't know the rules. You could spend literally 5 years watching videos on YouTube, and you're not going to find this information anywhere. You're not. What I'm teaching you guys, you're just not going to find it. Okay? Again, you got your loser right here compared to your winner. I mean, look at how many losses you can afford compared to your winners. One winner will wipe out 1,000 losses. And I don't even have this drawn up. So yeah, I can't encourage you guys enough to learn this strategy and follow it. Take the stress out of your life. DPW. Again, DPW is, you know, you're not, look at this massive move. Had you had this move on SCKT, that would have been a $3 move. Here you're looking at 60, 20, 30, 40, $400 on a $1,000 share, 40-cent move. I mean, again, to each his own. I mean, play whatever you want to play. If these are the only stocks moving during the day, play them. You know, if nothing else is moving but these little stocks, play them. Size up. 30, 40, 50, 100,000 shares. That's how you're going to make your money. Load up. First candle, second candle confirmation. You have your... I'm still on the circle, but you could see you broke through your support here at 25. You sold at the high, 67. Okay? Had the next candle went south, you're out. Again, the strategy works. You're away from the 20, you sell. Now you're back to the 20. Doesn't matter what stock you're looking at, what ticker you're looking at. If there's nothing else out there and these stocks are moving, yes, I'll play them. But when there's other things out there, I'm not going to touch those. Not even going to look at them. All right, so let's see what we're doing on SCKT. We broke all areas of support. This, let me open this up. So this right here was your resistance. You plowed right through resistance. You're coming up to this resistance level. You just broke that. Which, this is a very odd move for this time of the day. You just busted through that window, busted that ceiling. All these shorters now are short squeezing. Okay, look at your TTM squeeze here. You're coming up out of it. But again, this is a very, very unusual circumstance, especially this time of the morning at 9:15, right before the bell. You rarely will have moves like that. Now again, bigger time frame, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. We had a double bottom right here on the 5-minute, but we're bouncing off of that double bottom. Okay? Again, I have different time frames set up above me here that you guys can't see. I think once we get the account squared away, I might go to my other laptop and go live. I'll just have to set everything up on there for you guys so you can see what my charts look like and how I'm watching them. Again, SHIP is still going. It's not something we would trade on a day like today, but as you can see, you had your move, you came back, you came all the way back to the 200, but now you bounced back up. So this would have been your entry as you guys are just learning this strategy, but you want to wait for your entry to take out a previous candle, and then you would enter. Then you would get out at the high when you're away from the 20. Remember, the only one who's going to make trading complicated is yourself. You have to get all your emotions out of it. Follow the strategy. If you follow this strategy 100%, you're going to love waking up every morning. You're going to love... I mean, it's just... I can't explain it to you. You're going in every day winning. You're not going to worry about, I don't know, I don't want to lose any money today. I had a bad day, I'm just walking away. And, you know, some days you'll have that, but you're not going to have it where you're losing thousands of dollars. You're just going to see there's just not that many good-looking charts. Every time you tried to take an entry, you immediately got out. So when those days come, you know, just wait for your entry. If you tried to make 3 entries on the same stock and the next bar immediately went against you and you're out, you just got to wait. You got to give the stock time. You know, ask yourself, does the chart look good, or is it all choppy and garbagey like we're starting to see now? But here we are. Let's see if we break this top here. This will be another resistance, sorry. So far, we're busting ceilings at 918, which is very, very rare. SOS is kind of following the same pattern. But again, SOS I wouldn't really be playing. AMC is making a move a little bit. And again, this is why I have all these charts up, because I could just quickly glance and see what's moving up. It takes 1 second every time I look up. I can look at 80 charts and immediately identify them, less than a second. And then I'm here on it, if that's what I wanted to play, okay? That is why we have all the charts up, because otherwise you have to sit here. SNDL, I mean, it's still making moves. It's kind of, you know, the hype was there. I'm surprised this ain't at the top of the scanner either. But, you know, this was nice moves. It's just something that you'd have to watch. Again, I'm not going to focus on a stock like this because of the penny increments on it. I just don't. When there's other stocks out there to trade, like SCKT is our #1 stock today. It's the highest volume, and it's making the monster moves. I mean, it's making money-making moves. So I wouldn't focus on anything else today except entering and exiting SCKT the entire day until it breaks down completely. But it hasn't done that. This here is now a lower high, okay? This is a lower high. Or lower highs and lower lows. You see, we broke through this trend right here on this bounce, but now we're bouncing back up. This is totally expected around this time. Okay, remember, just like real estate, location is everything. Location, location, location. Where are these moves happening? What time is it when they're happening? Okay, we got 27 million people now on SCKT. Why is that? Because it's the best setup right now. It's making the most money right now. Let's go to the 1-day 2-minute chart. So your 2-minute is showing strength in selling. Your 2-minute candles gives you another picture. So here's our high. This is now almost a triple top resistance area. Right here. Let me get back to the regular drawing tool. I'm going to remove these. This is a nice double bottom support area. So we got our support and our triple top resistance. I'm going to carry these out a little further so when the bell opens, we still have our lines here for you guys to see. I'm not a fan of drawing the lines. All right, so now we got our lines out there well into the open. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you want me to cover? So SOS is still looking good. Again, it's not going to make you the money that this is, but it's almost made a dollar move. It is making... It's holding its own, I'll say that. It's not making higher highs or higher lows. It's actually doing the opposite here, but there is strength, which is very rare this close to the bell, but it's almost made a dollar move. Almost, maybe 70 cents. Now it's selling off. So I just want to focus on this one right now and take this into the bell and see which way it goes. And again, I would have been out on the small account earlier on this one, but I wouldn't sell. I don't like holding into the open. Everybody knows that. I always close my position before the bell. So if you bought in here and closed out here, remember it never did give you another opportunity to buy in. You could have bought in here and played that little run up. Had I been in it, I probably would have bought in here when it broke the 50, so right around this area. And again, you'll learn this as you go, as you understand the strategy and you get comfortable using it. But hopefully going live with us, you're going to pick it up here this week. I don't know how many people are on the phone with Thinkorswim, but my goodness. Okay, here, they answered. They said we can remove the flag, you just have to agree to the disclaimer. To agree to the disclaimer, but it doesn't come off until overnight, so it will be on there for the day today. This request will be submitted for approval. Please note that by requesting to have the flag removed, you are attesting that you are not a pattern day trader. If your future trading activity continues pattern day trading, the pattern day trader flag will be placed back on your account with limitations on future removals of the flag. Do you accept this responsibility? I typed in yes, I do. I'm going to screenshot this and post it on Discord so everybody can look at it. So like I said, that's awesome. Hopefully I caught them. I don't know when they sent this. 9:03. That was 25 minutes ago. Okay, yeah, they just did. They said, all right, I got that submitted. The flag will fall off overnight. Is there anything else I can help you with today? I want to say yes, you can give me all the money I lost on SCKT. But tomorrow's another day. All right, so let's say no. Thank you for your time. You for your time. I appreciate your helpfulness and willing to assist in this situation. Thanks again. Have a blessed day. The cash accounts are exempt from the PDT rule, but it's with settled cash. And at the end of the day, if you had $10,000 in a cash account, you could most likely trade every day of the week if you took 2,000 share positions. But again, I'm not really sure how all that works, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and they could say whatever they want, you know. How do you know you're not using unsettled funds, or how does the system recognize that? You know, there's ways around everything, but I'm just very thankful that on Thinkorswim, we were able to get out of that PDT rule and not locked for 90 days. On Robinhood, they wouldn't even answer you. You're just automatically banned for 90 days. So we're making a nice another move here. Are we going to break out of this wall? What's going to happen at the open? Nobody knows. All right, I'm going to upload this screenshot for you guys to read. So this is a great thing to know on Thinkorswim. And from what I researched online, when I found out, was that they'll do this 3 times a year for you. But again, we're hoping to be out of this PDT rule within the next 30 days, because I'm not doing anything else but focusing on this account with you guys. So we shall see. Today would have been a great day to grow that account. So tomorrow we should be up and rolling. All right, we broke the ceiling. So close to the bell. So this was our triple top support. We now have 28 million people. Let's see what's going to happen at the bell. We're either going to tank or rip, where it's going to be a tug of war. Because if you think about it, we're kind of consolidating right here. If you're looking at the big picture, look at this consolidation. So this is either going to rip at the open or take a nice dip. But this is why we always wait until 9:45-ish. Okay? Now, had you got in here with us, again, you're completely safe. It's making higher highs. You know, it has done a few little weird things. On a bigger time frame, though, it hasn't. Okay, this is another good reason why you want all these time frames. And I'm going to start getting more in depth. We'll set this up a little different so we could flip and flop between the screens, so you guys can get a bigger overall picture. I just want to focus on really what you have in front of you on the 1 day, 1 minute chart for now. I want you guys to get the hang of this for now. So we got 2 minutes to the bell. I need to make some tea. Coming back to support. The ticker tape here, we got a lot of red and green. This is going to be interesting to see, but again, I really think this stock will get halted right out of the bell. With the move that it already made today, I really believe we're going to get in a halt right at the bell as soon as we open. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so that was easy. I'm glad that happened with the PDT rule, so you guys could see. But 9 times out of 10, your broker isn't going to help you. Thinkorswim, they happen to be very good. And we're off. If we break this triple top, here we go. Perfect. I think this is going to be an excellent stock today, guys. Now let's see if we break the new high. Oh, yeah, blew right through it. This, you just can't ask for a better stock when you're going live with the potential. All right, I think we're getting halted here. Are we halted? If we hit that $12 mark, this is going to get halted. All right, we got a little pullback, but we just knocked out all the shorters here. But they're starting to take over right now. This is a beautiful example of why we don't hold into the open. Sure, you could have made that move and sold, but this is just why we always give the market time to see what it wants to do. Look at this. CCIV. Look at that massive dip at the open. You went from $38 all the way down to $36. Remember, the higher the stock price, the bigger the move in a 1 minute bar.
8K filing entry into definitive agreement, not South Romeo November back. 8K filing out. That's on February 11th. Our allowance.
Yeah, we're halted. So now we're in a halt. To the downside.
Subscribe for 7.2 million.
Right. KMPH. KMPH. What do we got here on KMPH? Any news? No news? Wow, we're up to 1883. What's making money? We got a $12 profit today. We got $12 on HCMC, which we bought 11,000 shares of. We told you guys we were in that, and then we bought 1,000 of INND. But not bad. Profit is profit. Let's see what else is moving. ALJJ made a nice jump at the bell. We got it. That's one I wouldn't really be focusing on. Now, C-Trim. Let's see what that is. Again, another small increment size, but did make a nice move at the bell. Could definitely be watching this. I hate when charts do this. I don't know what causes that to happen. Drives me nuts. GLBS is moving.
7%. S&P 500.
This is why you want multiple screens up and, 80, 90, 100 tickers. SOS is making a beautiful move at the bell. So you had 950. Wow, this is running. Beautiful. Don't get in here. Again, you never want to get in away from the 20. This is where 90% of the traders lose money. Is they see a stock running and they chase it. We don't chase stocks. We don't chase anything. We wait for it to come to us back to the 20. Right? But this is why people lose. Because they see this move and they're like, I gotta have it. Oh man, I'm missing out. I'm missing all that money. Now look, it's still going up, right? Again, what are you making? 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents? You jump in a stock up here, you're gonna lose. Could this make 8, 9, 10 candles in a row? Absolutely. But do you want to play on hopes and dreams, or do you want to play a strategy? Never get into a stock, ever, when it's this far away from the 20. Ever. Follow the rules, and you'll always be successful. Never chase anything. Okay? NAK. A lot of stocks are popping right now. NAK. Another penny stock. Look at this big move for 5 cents. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Who would even be in that? I don't know. Had you bought into that earlier, this was probably down a couple of cents, pennies on the dollar. Yeah, 44 cents. That's like what we're trying to... That's what we're waiting for on stocks like this. We're not going to play them for pennies on the dollar, but we'll buy them and hold them just to sit there to see what happens. And again, we never did that before, but you guys have got us, our ears and attention peaked up on that kind of stuff now. So the most we're going to lose is 50, 60 bucks if it went south. No big deal. But, had you bought 10,000 shares here, you'd be up 5,000 shares in profit because it's doubled. But again, we're not going to focus on that. I still have the pre-market scanner set. So I'm going to go to the public, put the percent change here, and then I'm going to go to public and put the gap up. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing. My shares are reversed, and my volume is on top. So TRCH. A lot of consolidation in this. We had news. A lot of tight consolidation. Big moves. tight consolidation, big moves. Tight consolidation, sideways trading, ship. Again, these are stocks that you guys can pick and choose. You know, which ones do you want to get in? I'll show you right now what I'd be focusing on. Let's just run down these real quick. SOS I'd be focusing on, which is making the candles like we just said why you wouldn't get in, but it's going higher. But you don't want to chase it, okay?
94 cents on
I can't stress that enough to you, because just like you saw this morning, the moves are always going to be there. Never buy in a stock for fear of missing out. It's the worst thing you can do, and it's the quickest way to blow up your account. Who cares if this runs 5, 6, 7 bars? When it comes back down, there's another opportunity, and you're not going to have to stress about it, right? The name of this game is a strategy, rules, stress-free life. Don't get in here and hope this continues higher, right? It is a relatively low float, a lot of volume, that's great. But don't make foolish moves. Don't jump in and just try and catch the momentum only to have it turn around and go right against you. That's not our strategy. We do not enter here. We enter here. Okay? We enter here. We don't enter up here. We enter here. Not here. Even though this thing's going parabolic, mark my words, it's going to come right back down to the 20. You know it is. But this is why traders fail. Because they're buying into the hype, they're buying into the momentum, right? They're buying into getting in up here. You know, oh my goodness, I'm going to miss out. Let me throw my whole account on this, right? You want to wait for a stock to come to you. They just recently did a direct offering. So this is just pure momentum. I mean, you're playing a momentum play right now. And it is going through the roof. But again, it's not our strategy. It doesn't matter how many times you see that. 9 times out of 10, stocks do not do this. Okay, this is a very rare situation that you're seeing unfolding here. Very, very rare. But I wouldn't put a dime on this stock right now up here. Not even up here. We just don't play away from the 20. This thing made a tiny little pullback. So a pullback is coming. I'm surprised this one hasn't got halted yet. Okay, you want to wait. Let the entry come to you. And now that it's pulled, now that this stock has ran this high up, right? I wouldn't even get in. I would wait for confirmation once it comes back to the 20. Now look at that. Had you chased this stock, right? Look at what's happening to you right now. We do not chase. We let the stocks come to us, right? We're not going to be the crazy clowns out there chasing bulls all over the place. Looks like SCKT got halted again. Let's see.
Sandy Charlie Kilo Tango, $10.72.
So again, beautiful entry point right here.
30%.
It's on a halt. Notice how this is white on this side. We're on a halt to the upside. Again, this is just my favorite stock. I would be playing this. And now that SOS is moving, I'm surprised it hasn't got halted yet. But this is exactly why, guys, why we do not chase stocks. Because it's always going to come back to the 20. Wait for your entry. And I'll say this bluntly and boldly. If you get in here, you're not following the strategy. If you get in here, you're playing on hopes and dreams. Okay? If you guys want to have a stress-free trading career, follow the rules and listen to what I'm telling you. Doesn't matter how high it goes. there's always going to be an entry point on every ticker symbol every day of the week. Okay? When you have your chart set up, when you have 80, 100 ticker symbols in front of you, you could see what's moving and you focus on them and you wait for an entry. Never be the guy to buy in to a stock that's skyrocketing. Don't be that guy. It's the worst decision you'll ever make. You have a set of rules, follow them religiously. Follow them. Do not deviate from them, and you will be in the top 1% of the traders. I guarantee you that. Now, let me just show you what my other monitor looks like, because I can't obviously switch the screen, but over there right now, and I'm just going to do it real quick. I'll go live there maybe tomorrow. You add a watch list, you detach the gadget, and you set it up over here. Okay? Actually, there's one more step you got to do. You detach the gadget, bring it up over here, and then hit the pin button. So then when you go back, it stays where it is. Okay, now we're going to put another watch list. We're going to detach that gadget. Put it up over here, pin it. I'm just going to do this real quick, but let me put that up. So now I got my gap up. Up here is the other one. I got too many things open right here. So we got the percent change gain up here, the gap up here, and then this is where I would start putting in my 5%. And fortunately, you'd have to go back in here and do all your customization and get rid of the net, the bid, the ask, and then add your things here again. And then this one here, I would put my gap up for the 7%, and then my gap up for the 10%, and then I have the 20 and 30%. So I'm just going to set this one up right here just to show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to put my open. My volume. Shares. And then the percent change. My open is going to be up top. Okay. All right, so now on the 5%, we're going to go by volume. So we got BNGO, which we told you guys to watch. Let me just get rid of these now. BNGO we called out on the watch yesterday to add it to your watch list. BNGO made a beautiful move this morning. Again, it's on watch, so APHA, it's falling apart.
Announcing,
let me shrink this down,
that they had acquired 236,000 shares.
Making a little bit of a move. But so now what we do is we would start taking the biggest percent change movers and throwing these up on our big screen. So now we can watch them and monitor them for entries, okay? So now let's change this to the 7%. 7%. Okay, now you see how some of the tickers are moving with it, okay? And it's probably still early enough. Let's go to our 30%. You see the very few that are here? Now VYNE, that wasn't on any of the scanners this morning that I noticed. But look at this beautiful move. And look at the volume. Only less than 1 million people in volume. And shares like... That's just crazy. I don't know how this stock is moving that much. There must be a lot of orders coming through for something. But this is how we find those runners. See, SOS has already made 48%. So this is how we're always able to catch the ones that are running no matter what time of day it is. Now, FTFT we had on our watch list. We posted it the other day. And it's making nice moves today. So from 7 a.m. on FTFT, we went from 9 and all the way up to 1073. Again, now these are just ones that you would watch for entries. Okay, you want to enter above the 20. This is a great entry area. You broke all three. So 9, 60, 10. It's not as profitable as we'd like. But it is moving to the upside. SCKT came off the haul, it looks like. We are off the haul on SCKT. I mean, this one just keeps on giving, guys. Keeps on giving. Again, why is that? Because of the low float and the news tied with Apple.
Automotive designer focused on
okay, wait for your entry to get back in. We're up 289% today. That's a beautiful place to be, guys. Anybody got any questions? Am I talking to myself here? LOL?
LOL.
No, we're listening, man. Good stuff.
HCMC.
Yep. Japan divestiture will have immaterial impact on the results in Q3. That's Charlie Alpha Golf. That's at the CAGNY conference.
Awesome. Let me go back to HCMC. This is one of the ones that somebody in the group had mentioned it with news coming out. We looked into it a little bit, so we grabbed 11,000 shares because it's been so cheap. And then we also got INND, which has been circulating. Again, it's another one that's really cheap. So for the amount that it costed us, and this is on the small account challenge, you know, I think we spent like $50 on this and 60 on this.
Yep.
You know, for the potential for these to run up to $1, $2, you're talking 11,000 shares. That's $11,000, $12,000 profit potential. So that's something that we're gonna. We're willing to take that risk. Sorry, I was reading something. That's the only reason. And we've never bought into penny stocks in the past. We don't like tying our money up in things like this, because when you tie your money up, the only money we have tied up, let me rephrase it, is in our retirement accounts. Okay? If you have your money in your day trading account, use it. Okay? That's what it's there for. You don't want to tie up money like we tied up here. Again, it was only like $100, no big deal. But I wouldn't start buying these every day, penny stocks, and praying and hoping they're going to go up. I just took these two positions. That's it. You're not going to make money if your money's not working for you. You want your money working for you like this every single day of the week. Okay? You have an initial amount. Okay, let's just say this is a small account, right? So typically what we would do, like Friday we made, what, $380? What we would do with that profit on Friday in a regular account, if it wasn't under the PDT rule, is we would just trade the rest of the day with the profit, the $400. At the end of the day, we'll take half of that and switch it to a retirement account and then keep the profit. Next day, we would go all in on a stock. Yeah, guys, I really think this stock is going to be it. You know, we could see a 2 or 3 day runner out of this. definitely could. I don't even think I could buy into this at this point because it's locked. And I don't want to take a chance and mess it up anyway. They're nice enough to unlock it for us. Maybe they saw our other account and did it because of that, but they don't want to lose us. But again, we have multiple accounts, so this is definitely an excellent one. I'm just looking at the charts here, trying to find something to show you guys. So let's just take a look. I mean, these are all good examples, okay? But let's just using this as an example of why we don't hold into the open, okay? You always want to wait and see what the market's going to do. What is the particular direction going to be after the bell, okay? You usually get the dip and rip. The dip and rip, okay? And it doesn't, let's just go to SOS. Let's look at SOS. SOS, we didn't get the dip and rip. SOS, we got the rip. Okay, we were bouncing back and forth. This morning on this one, we were watching it. And then we were also watching ZOM. This would have been a good entry here right at the bell because we broke all these highs. You don't want to get in here. Now look this is a perfect example of why you never want to chase the stock. This thing came back to the 20, did a little bounce here, but now we're not seeing that monster move again, right? And now your next entry here would have been here on this candle right here. Especially after a monster move like that. Location, right? We touched the 20, right? You could have got in here, according to the rules. You could have rode it. You could still be in it, according to the rules. Okay, if you got in on this candle. Why would I have not have taken the bounce on this candle? Because it didn't break the high of the red candle before it. Okay? Your best entry would have been this one that took out the previous high of the red candle on the bounce. But now with that said, what do we have here? We have the 1 bar rule. Okay? False breakout. Here's your next entry. If we break this high, this would be an entry on SOS. Okay, but you're looking to break the previous high. Okay, you want to take out the previous red candle. You don't want to jump in here. You want to wait for confirmation. Okay, here's your confirmation, but then what happens? Bad entry. But look at that. Bad entry, but what? Small loss, right? And the key to survival in this game is cut your losses quickly, right? We're not playing on hopes and dreams. We got consolidation going on here. Now let's go back and look at SCKT, you know, our 2 greatest movers today. And I can't say that 100% because I'm not in my zone with all my charts and stuff. I'm just with you guys today. But here we are again, okay? We're bouncing off the 20 again, all right? So if you were going to enter this, right, here's your support. Let me get back to the regular drawing. All right, here's your new support level. Here's your high a day. You want to break the high. Now let's see what the next bar does, but I'm thinking this is going to be your resistance. ARTL has made a nice move. DNN, nice move. FTFT is continuing higher. It just made a new high at 1040, but it's pulling back. ARTL. Again, those are your less expensive stocks. So right now we are in consolidation mode here. We're just consolidating, tight consolidation. 52 million volume. Now this is a chart that I really wouldn't be too giddy to play. I mean, it's got a lot of volume, but there's a lot of shorters in there. But this chart doesn't look anything like this chart, right? We want to play the crisp, clean charts. That's what we're looking for. Okay, we're at that time of day now where you can go down any chart and you could see, are they crisp, are they clean? This one looks pretty clean. Looks pretty crisp. We had a little bit of Yahoo, whatever you want to call it here, but it's still a tradable chart. This one I wouldn't trade. This one we had a lot of sideways action. SENS. You know, you just dip through here, so you could definitely keep this on your radar. Again, you're talking pennies on the dollar. LKCO, no news. This would have been a beautiful entry on this one. I'm really not paying attention. You know, the charts today actually do not look that bad. There's a lot of nice looking charts that you can play today. Riot. Yep, I wouldn't play Riot anymore. It's just too high priced. Remember, the higher the price, the less shares you're going to get. So you don't want to waste your money, especially on a small account, chasing stocks like 30, 40, 50 bucks.